Welcome to Shanmugam IAS Academy. And today's editorial analysis, that is 1st December 2021. And one of the important editorial, this is very important, and it comes under General Studies paper 2, Social Justice in the UPSC syllabus. So what is this topic? Is in pursuit of social justice. And now we are going to see the recently launched educational program of Tamil Nadu government, Illam Thedi Kalvi, that is education at doorsteps, which triggered mixed reactions here. And so some of the you might be thinking this mostly connected to the state's services and state portion. No, this is completely towards the UPSC syllabus too. So we need to very much focus on this important matter and this educational program which is brought by the Tamil Nadu government. And this is the education at the doorsteps. And this program, the government has argued that this program will brighten the future of lakhs of students and will last for 100 years. So they already been they wanted to launch this program earlier, but this happened right now, and because of this some reports which I will tell you right now and which are very important in the form of prelims also. I will tell you those reports too for you. And what are the reasons? First of all, to launching this program, there are some reasons to launch this Illam Thedi Kalvi, that is the education at the doorsteps. And what are the reasons for that? The Tamil Nadu government has launched this program as it recognizes the pandemic induced gap is learning among the school children. And they told that this government has launched this program because the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, has said to be one of the important major factor to for inducing the gap in learning among the school children. They told this one. And the lockdown, the disempowered children from marginalized society, as they did not have access to the technology, and driven methods to privileged did. So the modern technology which is not reached the rural India of our country, and many who find this online teaching that is convenient and safe but fail to recognize this class bias. So many of them have told that the students, so many is in favor of this online teaching, but here the government has taught about the marginalized people who doesn't have the facility to have this technology, and for them this is very expensive too. The expensive nature of online teaching pushed a large number of underprivileged children out of the education system. So this is also one of the concern, one of the factor to bring this educational system at the doorsteps, and these are the reasons for what this Illam Thedi Kalvi, which is brought by the Tamil Nadu government. And the lockdown thus accentuated the asymmetrical structure of the school system. How? And this is not only related to Tamil Nadu thing, but we have to connect this to the Indian Constitution too. So here we all know that the modern educational system is brought out by the British government that time, and in this, if we are connecting this topic to the history portion, there we have the Macaulay's Minutes, which is in 1835, and this is one of the educational reform system which is brought by the British government. And we also have the Wood's Dispatch, that is in 1854. And apart from this, we have the Sadler Commission, and 1904 we have another Indian educational policy, etc. So this topic is like connecting to the history part, the polity and everything. So we should not leave these things. Why I am specifying these points to you, because you can have a question on Macaulay's Minutes, and also you have the Wood's Dispatch. Under that you have so many provisions what they have told that you need to study that. And Article 45 is also important, that is it comes under the directive principles of state policy, which stated that the government should provide free and compulsory education to all until the age of 14 within 10 years from the commencement of the constitution. This is not right now. I am talking about the constitution which was drafted in the 1950s. That time I am telling, that time the Article 45 was like that. So they told that the free and compulsory education to all the students, that is until the age of 14. But right now we have, that is fundamental right is also there, that is article 21A, which was introduced by the 86th constitutional amendment act 2002, and the elementary educational has made like a fundamental right rather than a directive principle here. And now after the amendment of the article 45, what is right now in the constitution is that article 45 was amended to provide for early childhood care and education to children below the age of 6 years. So you should not confuse with this and this. This was have clearly told you here, this is at the commencement of the constitution, this is after the amendment of this article 45, this is the thing right now in the constitution. And apart from that, we have this article 21A, which is right to education, which is this amendment is also important. So these all factors are very important, as in prelims as also in mains. In prelims they can ask these also. From history part you can go with this thing, the McAllis minutes, the Bush dispatch, everything history and polity, and here the directive principles of state policy and fundamental rights, everything are connected to this particular topic. And what is the learning outcome? What is the cause of concern for this? Though Tamil Nadu is among the most literate states, and we all know Tamil Nadu, Kerala, we are all most literate states, we all know that. But why this program has come? Because this, I am not telling this, the annual status of educational report 2018, they told that nearly 59% of the class 5 students and 89% of the class 3 students were unable to read a class 2 level textbook in rural Tamil Nadu. So this was the report given by the annual status of educational, and they given this report, and we are the students, I have already told you, the class 3 students were unable to read a class 2 level textbook. And another report is also there, that is the Tamil Nadu got the lowest score among the southern states in learning outcomes and quality in the performance grading index. This is important, this you can get it in prelims too. The performance grading index is telling about the learning outcomes of the quality, and it was given by the Union Education Ministry. So these both are different terms here. So you need to have the focus on these things, because in prelims in some of the options you can be confused with these things. So you need to be very clear with these things. And keeping these facts in mind, the volunteers of this program intend to improve the learning outcomes. Because of this, all the reports and all the things they had taken into the consideration, and this Illam Thedi Kalvi, the education, the doorsteps has taken by the Tamil Nadu government, and the idea is to do this outside the school hours. And what are the objectives, how they are doing like that? They are not going and they are doing in the school timings, they are doing this outside the school hours and away from the school premises in a comfortable and easily accessible location close to the child's home. So they are not going to Illam Thedi Kalvi means educational doorsteps, means they are not going personally to their homes. Single person, they are not going to their homes. They are like the school premises in a comfortable and easily accessible location which are close to those child's home. So this is what one factor, one thing they are taking. And another thing, the volunteers will teach an estimated more than 34 lakhs of children has been targeted here, and the age group of 5 to 13 years. And the timing is also important here, 60 to 90 minutes, that is 1 to 1.5 hour, and that between 5 to 7 p.m. This is the timing where these people will go and teach them. And one more important point here, the volunteers who have completed class 12 will impart lessons for children of classes 1 to 5. So classes 1 to 5, these younger people will go and teach them, and the graduates will teach children from class 6 to 8. The age criteria here is 18 to 16. 18 to 60. Fine. So they here refer to textbooks prepared by the state textbook councils. So okay, and how the COVID-19 has impacted the here, because the technology gap is always there. The lockdown dissembled the children from marginalized sections, and they did not have access to the technology. That is one of the factors which drove them away from the schooling system. And many find online teaching convenient. Already I have told you in my starting of this topic, and safe to fail the recognition of this class bias and economic disparity. This is also one of the major concern. The expensive nature of the online teaching pushed a large number of underprivileged children out of the education system. So the technology gap, the economic disparity because of the impacts of COVID-19 pandemic, and deepening the structural asymmetrical, that is the unavailability of various government incentives. Actually, before lockdown, we have so many government incentives, that is including the government is providing for them the free textbooks, free uniforms, free bicycles, and nutritious midday meals. This is very important, and this nutritious midday meals is also connected to, that is the Poshan Abhiyan, the Poshan 2.0, which I have told you in my last video. You can go and see there, and were unavailable to children of vulnerable sections during the lockdown. During the lockdown, the most of the children are like, they wanted this nutritious midday meal scheme, and so many of the children that time they go to the schools because of this midday meals also. And this is also is one of the concern to, like, the asymmetrical structure of the school system. This is also one of the concern. And what are the objectives, what are the concerns here? The parents' loss of livelihood is also compelled these children to drop out of the school and resulted in increasing cases of child labor. So here the child labor is also one of the factor. Here we need to connect this with the fundamental rights, that is Article 24. So many things are coming in history. I have connected, I have told you, and polity is also in these forms. So everything is a connecting factor. This editorial is very important for us in prelims point of view also, and also in the mains point of view. In syllabus, I have told you the GS paper 2, social justice. This crisis steadily began to that is celebrated political value in Tamil Nadu, because another history is also there, because the Dravidian movement, which is a social justice which was started in Tamil Nadu, so that is also, but we are here, the social justice is not there here. So this is also a factor they have taken, and the policy first will be implemented in the 12 districts. So the 12 districts with sum of more than 86,000 volunteers are there, and one good thing is there, among these 86,000 volunteers, more than 68,000 volunteers are women. Why women? Because we all know that the safety of female students and encourage them to participate in the program is very important. So nowadays so many things are happening, the child molestation, rapes and everything are happening. The female students and encourage them to participate in the program is also one of the major thing. So many critics were arguing this thing. So for do these things, so more than 68,000 volunteers are women volunteers here. And I have told you the age difference also, and the class 12 students also, and how many districts it was implemented right now. And the country is watching our state right now, Tamil Nadu. The country is watching Tamil Nadu right now, and they have allotted more than 200 crores for the program. It's a welcome move. And one more Nithya, one report is there. I have told you 3 reports here. The annual status education report, and other thing, the performance index, grading index, and third one, the Nithya report in 2021. They suggested the focus on academic reforms. Definitely now the academic reforms been happened, and human capacity, the volunteers has been increased right now, the human capacity is increased, and this was the report Nithya given. Strengthening the human capacity, that is also happened right now, and strengthening administrative systems, which is driving accountability and creating a shared vision of change. This is also happening. The administrative system is also working well as compared to the last thing. And the report also highlighted that need to simplify the assessment process and the need for learning enhancement programs. And in conclusion, I will tell you some of the critics, they argued that, I have told you already, they argued that the communal elements using the program for their own interest. But having said that, there should be a strong and credible institutional mechanism to prevent any violation of children's dignity, as classes are going to be conducted outside the school premises by volunteers whose antecedents are not fully known to the parents and children. So this is a thing. So that's why the large participation of women volunteers will dispel this fear. To dispel this fear, so more than 68,000 volunteers are women here. So the critics could use this point to dent the program success. So this is about the Illam Thedi Kalvi. If you have any doubts and queries, please tell us in the comment section. And thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you.